Alabama State House, I guess maybe probably the Education Committee. I'm not sure exactly which committee it is. They're going to ostensibly ban critical race theory. But what they're really going to ban is, why do you have to focus on this whole, like, who the slaves were? Isn't it enough to say that we had slavery because of a couple of people who wanted it, and et cetera, et cetera?
Few bad apples.
Here is that committee hearing, and you're going to hear some of the debate that goes on as they pass this bill. It's pretty intense.
Representative Pringle?
Here.
Representative Sells?
Here.
Representative Rogers? Representative Allman? Here. Representative Ball? Representative Redpath?
Here.
Representative Boyd? Representative Eastbrook? Representative Hollis?
Present.
Representative Keel?
Here.
Representative Mark?
Oh, pause it. I should say, I didn't mean to lard this whole meeting up with the attendance. That's the roll call. It's not even the vote. Okay, that's just the attendance. All right, go ahead.
Here.
Representative Schauber?
Present.
Representative Steinhagen?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Ladies and gentlemen, before us is House Bill 312. You remember we had a public hearing on this bill. Last week we put an amendment on the bill and carried it over for a week for the members to study the bill. Is that Mr. Steinhagen?
Motion to report as amended. Second.
All in favor of the motion, give a bill favorable report as amended. Say aye. All opposed?
No, yes, we can print. Wow.
We didn't have any time to discuss anything.
We discussed it in 2 other meetings.
Well, that was a very productive meeting. And I think it's the Government Affairs Committee. I'm not 100% sure on this, Education or Government Affairs, but they passed that very quickly.
Yeah,
And
record time.
The only 2 people who said, like, hey, shouldn't we be discussing this, were the 2 black members of that committee.
Yep.
And that's the thing, you got to protect free speech.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. America's, there's 2 like American traditions. One is the sort of Northeast. You have those town halls, and people go to those, and that's a very, a nice, beautiful model. And then there's also the sort of gag rule where the Senate wasn't allowed to discuss slavery for like decades, leading up to the Civil War. So
Well, you don't want to be rude. You don't want to be rude. There it is. Let's go to the IMs for Resto. Emma, be careful what you wish for, because I'm sure there's a kinky weirdo out there somewhere making a picture of you being spit on now. Okay. Talia from Tampa. Hi, Sam. Emma, happy Monday. Want to give you here an update on the rent crisis down here. The People's Council of St. Petersburg is a group working to collectively bargain rates with landlords, fighting for relocation assistance. If a landlord raises rent by more than a few percent and so much more. They're doing so along the St. Petersburg Tenants Union, all to try and fight against the city council, one of whom is a literal realtor. Force them into declaring a housing emergency so we can have some kind of rent control, since rent control measures are preempted by state law. Wishing you all the best. Giving you updates soon. Thank you. Left-handed stranger. My point on Friday at the end of the show when you all read my IM was that no matter what Biden does, go to war, not go to war, and help out a little or a lot, it will all be seen as bad no matter what. Switching tactics to do what they suggest will also make zero difference. Yes. Another note, does any of y'all any farmers who call in often have good audiobooks they recommend related to climate change and farming from a scientific leftist perspective? Maybe Kowalski can tell you, go into the Discord. That is the question to ask the Discord, because I can assure you, if we do have a farmer who knows of such a thing, he is hanging in the Discord. 2 kids in a trench coat. Sam, it's my 31st birthday. I was hoping to get a shofar. Well, I don't have a shofar to give you, but I do have a shofar I can blow for you. If the Republicans believe that a viability is at 15 weeks, does that mean a woman can schedule a C-section after 15 weeks? It's an interesting question.
I don't know why women would do that, but I understand the point you're trying to make.
Not my Pope. To briefly revisit Friday's discussion, if those were indeed Dave Rubin's 2B children and not ultrasounds of dolphin fetuses, those kids are going to be so confused. Dave's going to have to come up with an answer as to why Uncle Ben and Uncle Glenn keep giving them side eye at the July 4th barbecue.